Hi, welcome to another meditation hour. It's really late here today. It's close to 1 a.m. And this is not unusual for me. If you guys have been following up the odd hours when I meditate, so this is sort of feel natural. And I think that there is no fixed time for meditation. Although I want to get to a place where I can meditate at least twice a day, like one in the morning and one at night, and that would be really good. I guess practice. The level up would be to meditate early morning, like during sunrise, preferably in some open place while uh, experiencing the sunrise, and at the night, preferably like during a good moon cycle, and meditate in sort of semi-darkness, or even in new moon day. That would be really exciting to just meditate. I know I'm kind of one of those odd people who think meditation is uh, fun and adventures in some sense, and there might be a lot of people who have real hard time focusing on any one thing, and so do I. I'm not a good meditator, so to speak, but like any other skill, you need to train those muscles to become better at it. And I feel the same for meditation as well. I have to keep meditating every single day in order to become a better meditator. And the whole word called better meditator itself is sort of questionable, because it's all relative, I think. What do you actually mean when you say you're a better meditator, or if I gonna become better meditator? The answer is no one. Well, I don't know. I do feel that a lot of advanced meditators get this. They can get into a specific zone, more like just keeping their attention on one specific thought, or one specific object of focus, whatever it may be, and can uh, stay there for a long period of time. I think that's what is advanced meditator or meditation looks like. And I know I'm far from it at the moment, but I find that meditating every single day will definitely help me to get to that state sooner or later. I mean, I obviously had various experiences while meditating for a longer period of time, and those experiences are unique in itself. But I would like to cultivate a sort of process within me where I can get myself into meditative state um, at any given point. And I feel like that gonna be very important, especially when I train for random things, because every training, every learning need to pay complete attention to have that focus on that specific task, and that will be beneficial for me to kind of absorb the information and replicate the process smoothly, seamlessly, and quickly in a more effective way. So I feel that I'm sure that meditation will take me to different states or different stages within my life where I'll be grasping information better. And maybe it's a placebo, it's a self-induced placebo, which I believe all beliefs are in some sense. Like, if you're aware of the belief, whatever your belief may be, it's a self-induced placebo. You could be aware that that belief itself is not reality. Let's just, for an example, maybe a religion. If you're a rational person, you could come to that conclusion that religion itself is not a true belief of the existence. And yet, if you continue to believe into those beliefs, then you are self-inducing into placebo effect, where you want to, you just feel good about your belief into a specific God or the concept of existence, and you want to continue to just, induce yourself with that placebo and that hope or whatever it may be. So I totally think that a lot of people does that when it comes to their belief. And if you're aware of any belief, then it's more like illusion, which points to some or the other deeper meaning within your life. So if you believe in, I don't know, flat Earth, then that points to some sort of deeper meaning within your life. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you never experienced gravity before. But when you are conned with a belief, right? When someone when you believe something without truly being aware of it, then that is more of a delusion. So most of the triggers which we encounter in our day-to-day life are result of engraved beliefs, and how you train those beliefs and or cultivated those beliefs over time. So if as a kid, if you start believing that you will be the most successful person, whatever that means to you as a kid, or if you start believing that you will be sore loser, whatever that term mean to you personally. So both are different set of beliefs and completely opposite. But if you start with any one of those templates, the way you look at the world will be completely different. And that's what I feel beliefs points to. If to your more deep engraved thoughts, or some sort of triggers or meaning you draw from different beliefs. I think, like for everything in life, there is a spectrum, and every belief lies in within that spectrum. So whether, let's just picking up the same belief I kind of said earlier, like as a kid, if you believe that you're going to be successful, as well as or if you believe that you'll be loser, you're going to have two different directions within your life. You're heading to a very different directions. But you could be practical and understand that both are true. You will be successful, which is again relative to how you define success. But you will also be a loser, again relative to how you define loser. So you can't be best at everything, obviously. So if you define your success as being best at one specific thing, maybe it's I don't know, maybe you want to be a lawyer and you want to be the best possible lawyer, then you can focus your attention within that, and do become successful lawyer. But practically speaking, you might lose on some other front, right? Maybe you will lose within your relationships, or you might lose with when it comes to maybe being I don't know, maybe just selling things or something, because you're a lawyer, you have a different mindset. So whatever that may be, again, success and being loser are both relative, and I feel like I have gained different perspective from so many different people that I believe that it's everyone on the planet can be successful, and everyone on the planet can still lose in the process. And that's why I'm focusing my attention on where I can be successful, and where I'm still losing in my life, and what I want to retain and what I want to let go. Because that's the other thing which I noticed a lot of people have difficulty with: letting go of anything, of thoughts, or of some stuff, physical stuff, or letting go of pesky habits or addictions. It's really difficult to let go in a lot of sense, because I feel that at times, since your mind always need that closure, and sometimes when you let go, you're actually not resolving that, and you're just letting go of that, and there could be a conflict with your mind where it seeks for a closure. And I feel like letting go is sort of an empty promise that that's something you want to be, or you wish you did, but now you have to let go of that thought, or something you did in the past, which truly could be defined as your action in that moment, and may not reflect your true personality or true behavior or the person you evolved since. And letting go of that past is, in a way, freeing yourself from something terrible you did, for an example. So letting go, but that may not cause like complete closure, right? So that's where meditation comes into picture back again, and meditation helps you to understand that you have to let go every single thought, every single sensations within your body, because everything around you is temporary. In a lot of sense, it's very, very, very. It may seems very, very permanent to you, but in the grand scale, everything around you is temporary. In the millions of years of existence of the planet Earth, humans have been leading the race of being the most I don't know, evolutionarily better species for a while, but in the grand scheme, humans' existence itself is very minuscule, let alone yours and mine existence. So I guess that's why a lot of people are kind of focused on leaving their legacy in some sense. And I think I'm like digressing from topic. But the point being, there are so many different things happening every single day within our lives that we have to let go of the things which are not adding value within our lives. And if that means letting go of some of the criticism of yourself, and that's absolutely fine. Just don't let go of the critique you have to make yourself better, but let go of what others criticized you for, because depending on different situation, you will be the best person, or you will act with the best version of yourself in that situation, or you would act as the worst version of yourself in that situation, but just separating yourself from your worst version is what letting go is. But at the same time, also remember that it becomes harder and harder to let go of things when you have a deeper pattern of repeating those things or repeating those thoughts or behaviors or whatever that is. And that's where meditation helps to kind of get over some of those deep engraved thoughts or behaviors or patterns, and you can in a way liberate yourself from your from the unresolved conversations within your head. And trust me, I as a performer, I have so many unresolved thoughts going on at random times, because I try to gauge like if there is any thought which would work, but I find like some sort of humor in that thought, but it doesn't add up or it doesn't scale the way I want to. So I have to let go of that thought altogether, and it's tough. And I can't even imagine the patterns which people are engraved with for long period of time, especially when it's dependent on external substances that make, or even external stimulus for that matter, that makes things super complicated. Growing up, I was addicted to so many things. I still am addicted to so many different things. Food is one of the addiction I can talk about, because since my high school, or even before that, I guess I always loved food, like any kind of food. Just give me any vegetarian food and I will just eat it. I will enjoy it. And at some point I noticed that I was eating away the different or eating away I don't want to say that eating away emotions, because that seems super dramatical, but at the same time I feel that there is some truth to that, because when you go through different emotions every single day, and if those emotions are unresolved, and you just eat away, you just kind of like love food so much that you eat food and kind of just distance yourself from those unresolved emotions that kind of add up eventually and catch up eventually. And meditation is a big relief to let go of most of those emotions at the same time, especially the things which happened years back and has no specific purpose in your life other than just maybe watching out for you or guiding you to not make the same mistake. But other than that, it doesn't play any relevance in your life, because you're a completely different person than what you used to be 10 years back, 20 years back. And meditation kind of brings that into focus, that we are constantly changing. Every single moment we are progressing, so to speak, and modifying ourselves in different shape and form. Plenty of our cells are dying every single moment, and plenty of new cells are sprouting, I guess, every single moment. So use the moment wisely. And most of the things which I'm saying here are for me. It's some of the things which I narcissistic way do, which is hear back to some of the conversation or some of the thoughts I'm just recording here right now, and it helps me to kind of put back my focus, to kind of trigger myself, so to speak, to kind of be on the path where which I want to be. Imagine myself being at that level, being at the point or being at the destination I want to be eventually. So this kind of helps in that way. And to be honest, I don't think anyone watching, based on the subscribers I have and the number of views I have, so I don't think a lot of people are watching or seeing any of these videos, and that's fine. That's one of the things I've distanced myself. I would be delighted if there are more subscribers, if there are more viewers, if there are a lot of people who start doing meditation. I would be delighted, but at the same time, I learn not to expect to kind of have 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, or millions of subscribers, with which a lot of good and stupid channels have. So that's not on my mind at all, and I just want to continue to keep recording these meditation sessions, and maybe a year from today I will look back and appreciate some of these thoughts I'm having right now, and sort of reassess myself if I'm on the path where I want to be, and make changes within my life to be on that path. Okay, so with all of those thoughts flushed out of me, let's get started. So as usual, tonight I will be meditating using Vipassana technique, which is to focus on the breath and the body sensations. And my sole aim is to draw back my attention to my body sensations every single time my mind wanders. And just going back to one of the concept, or one of the hypotheses, or one of the thought I had in a few sessions back, or a few weeks back, that 20% of the action can get 80% of the benefit. So in the 60-minute long meditation session, if I can meditate focusedly for 12 minutes, my hypothesis is that it can give benefits of up to 80% of the meditation. And I don't have any data to prove this, because again, this is not okay. I have no idea what's going on there. Okay, some random sounds. Anyways, the point I was making was that there is this unspoken rule in nature that 80% of the benefits are 80% of the benefits are from the result of 20% of the work. I don't know, I phrased it really weird, but what I mean is 20% of your actions can get you 80% of the benefits. And that's one of the 80-20 law or rule, which a lot of people use this in different stream of their life. I've heard rather, people using 80-20 rule to gauge the behavior of the society. So 20% of the people will have 80% of the wealth. 20% of the people will have power over 80%, which actually is obvious. But you can use this in a lot of different skill set, like just by reading and understanding 20% of a language, you would be able to grasp 80% of the essence of the language, or you'd be able to have like good communication-able conversation. So 20% could give you proficiency in 80% of language learning. So I'm just kind of basing my hypothesis on these random concepts, and I feel even if it acts as a placebo, it's a win-win situation. If I truly believe that 20% of my focus time will give me 80% of the meditation, then in the next hour, if I could meditate for 12 minutes with a good focus, those 12 minutes may not be, a chunk of 12 minutes, but spread across still. But if I can meditate and use my focus for 12 minutes, then I can get 80% of the benefits of the meditation for an hour-long meditation. So that's my aim. With that intention, let's get started. By the way, this is the final statement, I promise. I'm going to play some music or sound in the background. So for the next hour, while you see me meditating with my eyes closed and show some weird facial reactions, I guess, you'll be listening to a good music or natural music in the background. All right. Hey, Google, set an alarm for an hour from now.
All right. Your alarm's set for 2:14 a.m.